Hello, welcome back. Should have just played a clip of me defeating the Wither. Really easy work there. Should have been dying made it really easy. Yeah. Actually, I don't even need the Wither star. Yeah, I don't even need the Wither star actually. So like, that was just for fun, But I do need to fix my base up, so I'll probably do that very quickly here, and I will see y'all in a little bit. I'm just about done here. Just gotta place these final blocks and we are all good. Base is good as new. Yeah, that was fun. I'm glad I did that. Welcome to the episode. This is episode 11, I think. Josh was still doing just fine down there. And first order of business is I had a request to name one of the dogs, so I'm gonna go do that right now. We also have a dog to add. I think it's only one more, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Just gonna breed up 2 of these real quick. There we go. Another dog. If you want me to name any of the dogs something, go ahead and put it in the comments. I really don't care as long as it's nothing obscene, you know. I'll put it on. Normal things, guys, normal things. Okay, now I'm gonna... Yeah, it's not a thunderstorm. It rained as soon as I was going across the ocean. I wasn't sure if it was a thunderstorm or not. I kind of, at some point, want to get different types of dogs. It's cool to have the brown and the white ones, but eventually I do want to have potentially all of the colors at some point. So maybe I'll do that later. Okay, I honestly forgot what I did last because it's been a second. I got rid of some chests here that were annoying me, and I kind of strategized what I want to do. This dock is priority number one because my brother keeps bothering me about this, how it's so ugly, and it needs to be done. And I want to show y'all the place I want to take inspiration from. Okay, I know it's dark here, but I think that's good because I wanted to show off the lanterns here. This is one dock design. This was at my base for a few realms ago. Not really sure. This used to be my base. This dock specifically is what I'm talking about. One thing I would change is texturing the slabs with campfires, unlit campfires. But otherwise I like it because it's simple. The other design is over here in my friend's base. This one I think I also made, maybe not, maybe he did this, because he hired me to do the landscaping stuff here. This dock I also like, because this one's closer to the one I have on my world, because it's at a diagonal. So either one of those might be a possible thing. And this one's fully spruce, which is really nice, plus the dark oak and the lanterns, but otherwise it's completely spruce, which is nice. I probably would want to scale this up and maybe add little piers coming off of it, but I do like how this looks, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, hopefully this will be gone by the time I cut next. I also have to get rid of the awful flat water thing that I left here. So I'm gonna do that as well, and I'll be back maybe when I'm building the dock if I think of something to talk about, but I might just be done with it. So I'll see y'all in a little bit. Hello again. It's been, I think, a day-ish between last clip, I think, when I started building the dock. I finished it. Probably should have recorded a little bit more than I did. I think I recorded some of me mining out the place, but not actually building it. The dock turned out exactly how I wanted it to. I mean, it isn't perfect. There's a few things that I don't like about it, but I like how it generally looks. Got a few crates over here. I lowered this spot down so I could have boat access as well, because when it's this high, you can't get out of a boat onto the dock. So, and then down here, it's just a little bit coraled up. A little bit simple, but I like it. Probably could have done something with the underside, but I'm not going to be down here, so it's fine. Coral is probably a bit too much. I'm going to take out that at some point, but for now, it looks colorful. So, it's fine. So the next step, I've been doing a little bit of cleaning. I got I think the cows, yeah, the cows are in a pen back here. And I had a pin for the sheep, but I think some wolves killed them down here. So the sheep, I guess I just don't have sheep now. That's okay. I'm gonna have to make a wolf farm at some point anyway. These guys are very loud. So the plan for now is to do the wheat farm. I don't know if I want it to stay this size though. I actually kind of want it to be bigger, I think. But the way I'd have to do that is probably by removing some of this sand. I just think a larger wheat field would be very nice. And I'm taking a lot of inspiration from something, and I'll show that to you right now. Okay, so from a far away view here, this makes a little bit more sense. Let me get this out of my hand, it's kind of ugly. From a far away view, this makes a lot of sense here with the trees and the wheat. It looks really good in my opinion. I actually didn't remember the pumpkins here, but this is what I want to take inspiration from. I specifically really like the view from here. I really like this area right here with the trees on either side and the wheat kind of framing what should have been the city here. And also the wall is going to be fairly similar as well, except I want to add a little bit more green in here, like mossy cobblestone. This looks a little bit too uniform for my liking. But I do like the hay bales and the pumpkins scattered around. I think that's very nice. The large trees, I think these are just saplings that I grew up, tried to get the bigger ones. The bigger ones look not necessarily nicer than the small ones, but they definitely look more realistic-ish. And I don't want to have to put too much effort into a custom tree this early on. So I think this is the kind of look I want to go for. I think the area I'm working in is a little bit flatter, which might be nice. I might have to make it open-ended though, because that sand area might have to move at some point. So I'll go back into the world and I'll start replanning. Okay, I've got all the supplies I need, and I wanted to talk more about it as I go through it. Actually, I forgot one thing. I actually went to my storage system to grab a specific thing, and then I came back with everything but that thing. I need to grab some dirt. I wanted to more walk through this building process because I didn't do that with the dock at all, and the field should be pretty fun. I think 3 stacks should be enough. There's a hole where I put the sheep that I need to fill in, plus there's some bad looking terrain. The other thing is I expanded this area and a little bit, maybe double the size. It wasn't that big to begin with though. And it does cut into this a little bit. So I kind of want to have a few blocks out where it's still dirt, even past the wall. Kind of like I have here. So I think I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to go ahead and do that while I talk. So the inspiration for the original build with the trees and the stuff like that is basically just paintings, because a lot of wheat fields that I see people build in Minecraft don't include some things that are always included in like generic pictures of wheat fields. Like that's really what I try and do. I try and make it look like what someone might imagine, I guess, maybe. Like if you saw a house here and there's a wheat field beside it, I'd expect some trees coming out of here. Kind of make it make sense. Make it have some logic. This does open up the look a lot though. It makes it feel less like a cottage. So maybe I add more trees than I did in the other. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm kind of just filling it in, kind of making it curve a little bit naturally. Not super stressed about this because I don't think I'm going to come over here too much. This is just for when I walk by. Kind of remove these blocks. Some of these just don't make sense in the context. Like this weird curve over here could probably just go completely. I could probably fill this in. Like this maybe. Or even remove this part here. Minecraft terrain is not always logical, so I do take a lot of liberties with how I move it around. Okay, those 2 trees can go, and then fill in the gaps. Hopefully the grass will grow back and this will look better than it does right now, because right now it just looks messy. But I also forget to regrow, like rebone meal a lot of the grass too, so I'm gonna have to remember to do that. So satisfying to dig the sand out with the shovel now. I put mending on it at some point, which was really helpful. It was the one tool that I didn't have mending on. Finally got it. How's that look? I think that's what I want. It's getting dark, so I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and finished that. Pretty simple. Kind of just need to put in the wall now, I think. And I think the only awkward thing here will be this side. I'm not really sure how just a random wall will look. I think it'll look great from this side over here. And especially if I put, not right next to it, but over here, like an archway entrance like I had in the original build. I think that would be nice. Yeah, I think I'm liking how this is looking. I think now I just need to kind of go in with the hoe and the seeds and all that. Water is important as well. The process for this is fairly simple. I try and space it out relatively evenly with the water, but it doesn't always work. I'm just gonna hope that most of them are watered, and if not, it's hard to see. It's more about the looks anyway. The dark dirt looks better under the wheat, in my opinion. So I try and keep it fertilized, but it's fine if it's not. I might need to put in the wall first. Maybe I'm doing this out of order. It's been a while since I've done this, so I could very well be messing this up. Let's go ahead and do this center one here, and then maybe I'll go and build the wall. That's the main thing I wanted to talk about. Walls are super fun to build because they're pretty simple. I guess maybe they don't look like they are a lot of the time. That wall in the other world was when I was first figuring out how to do them. But I think I've gotten a little bit better at them, maybe. At least that's the hope. Let's go ahead and throw this junk in here so I can make some room for the blocks. Let's get the silk touch out. Put the shovel up. We can grab the blocks like that. Stone. And then let's get slabs in here. Just want my hotbar to be ready to build. Hopefully I have enough for this. This side is the most important. The most likely thing I'm going to have to change here is pushing this wall back from the road. It might be too close. Like pushing the whole field back a few blocks might be useful. Like from here. But I'm going to try it just with very slight modifications across the, like skim it a little bit, shave it. Okay, so let's say the wall, no, I don't want it to be touching it. I want it to go right beside it. Kind of make it out of cobblestone for now. And then I can change it if I need to. Cover up that water source. And I want to see how this looks, because this will be the slight shape of it. Now, I haven't made the road look good yet. That's just sporadic pathing. And I also don't have this side. but I think I want to push it back one more block about. And I mainly think that because at the entrance here, I want there to be a little bit more space than there is. Was that a cave sound or was that just real life noises? I don't know. Whatever that was not great. Okay. Kind of push it back like this, I think would be better. Make it not even. At least try not to. It's okay if it's a little bit symmetrical and stuff, but try and make it a little bit unique. I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and outline all this, probably off camera, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I got it all laid out, and the other thought came to me that between the wall and the start of the props, I need a outline of probably Podzol. It matches the tilled dirt pretty well. I can get it easily from the spruce trees. So I think I'm gonna do that at the end when I'm done with the wall, but that was one thought I had that I need to make sure to do. Because when the crops are right next to the wall, it kind of looks weird. I don't know. It bothers me a bit. So now to the next part right after I sleep. Okay, so the next part. This part is a little bit tedious. So I'm gonna do this first wall, hopefully well, explaining things. It really is just about kind of feeling it out and stuff. There's not really a good way to explain my thought process here. Don't need the axe, so let's get some more blocks out. I want to make it different heights. That's important. But I want it to be mainly stone bricks, I think. The reason I put down cobblestone at first is because I'm poor, but also because it's going to be the main texturing block, and it's almost going to be 50-50. I kind of want to go 60-40 stone bricks to cobblestone. I just placed whatever. Okay, whatever. And then I'm going to go back in with the stone and the mossy cobble after. But this is kind of how I want it to look across the whole thing. I might need to quickly make some stone brick slabs. I didn't make those for some reason. Let's get some of those. Those will be very useful for some height variation. Let's cover up that water source. These will actually go through and water. These will be full blocks, so hopefully that won't show. Come on, it tramples all the time when I don't need it to, and then... Come on, there you go. Okay, so back over here, let's get the stone bricks. Kind of alternate between them a lot. Make it a little bit... I don't know. I'm just kind of making things up. If I try and explain it, it's going to come off as just disingenuous because really it isn't. There isn't a pattern I try and feel. I mean, seeing the cobblestone in the corner 3 times in a row bothers me. So obviously there's a little bit of things I have to watch out for, but generally it's more just about I guess just preference. Like, I don't like putting blocks out in the open like that. I like them attached to the wall more directly in the corners. And that it's not a rule. It's just like general strategy here. I need to go back in with the stone. I think that's going to help a lot too. Let's put in some walls. Those are nice. make sure it's all curved and stuff. Okay, I think that's working pretty well. I don't know what it is about it, but it's not looking as good as I hoped. I don't have stone in there yet. I wonder if that's going to add too much. Or maybe it's because it already is too messy. It's hard to tell with these types of things. Okay, that helps. Maybe replace some of the cobblestone with the mossy stuff. That might help a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to do that across the entire wall. Probably we'll just go ahead and build the archway. The archway here as well. I think that's a good archway, like that big-ish. Yeah, that's fine. And I want the path to... I'm going to move over the path a little bit. It's a little bit too close to the wall, but also it's not... It should be farther this way. This hill is going to have to be terraformed too, and I'm not sure how that will end up looking. I do have a very big plan for next episode for this area though, because I want to finish out this entire starter base area, like the main parts of it at least. I still have the backyard to do, gotta deal with the cows, my horse. There's a few things still left to do, but I wanted to get the front area done, like completely, by next episode. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and I'll be right back. So, been working on the field, got a lot done, but found a weird visual glitch. Kind of wanted to show y'all. You can see the water. There's water there. It's hydrating the ground. It's not there anymore. What happened? Who knows? Okay, I'm back from finishing the field, I think. There's one part that I didn't finish, and I won't acknowledge it, and you won't see it anyway. So, yeah, I didn't finish a very small part about it, but I already put up the blocks, and yeah. So ignore that, but otherwise, fields put in. I also remembered to put a path in before I added all the wheat and stuff. I'm gonna add a little fence. Not too much, just a tiny little fence going across. Like a support fence, I guess. I don't know. So next up on the to-do is to get some giant oak trees in here. Not giant, but the big ones, the ones that look a little bit better in here. And probably 4, maybe 5 of them if I can get it. I also have some hay bales, and I found some pumpkins. I had to go do something. Oh yeah, I had to go get podzol, and I went to a plains biome to do it in because I didn't want to mess up the ground. So I found some pumpkins on the way, so I'm gonna add maybe a cluster or 2 of pumpkins. But I'll probably just finish that, and I think I'm gonna wrap up the episode from there. Hello again. I think I finished everything. I'm pretty sure I left off with working the trees. They take forever to get the big trees because they spawn so many of the normal ugly trees. I added a little bit of like bulk to the bottom just to add a little bit of interest. Maybe I overdid it, but I think it looks fine. Needs seeds there actually. So the other thing I did was over the water sources, I tried to put something over them, whether it's pumpkins, hay bales, leaves. I think it looks fairly good, especially when these all grow up. And especially when they're recently harvested. With the slight green, it actually looks really nice. The fences, I thought, really tied things together. It's amazing how something simple like just adding a few fence blocks here changed it. It looked a little bit flat before, and now it looks like it's an actual structure with some purpose. Yeah, I really like this spot. I think it turned out amazing. It turned out exactly how I wanted it. The side place is great too because not only does it look better, especially from afar, it helps me when I go over not to trample the crops immediately. You know, I can kind of land and then walk. It works a lot better. Next episode, I want to go ahead and designate what I'm going to do. Probably not going to have an elaborate intro because I want it to be pretty productive. This pathway needs to change a little bit. I want to keep it simple, but it does need to be something other than just path blocks. Maybe continue the path back there, but the main thing is right here. You can probably figure out what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna need a fox, or maybe 2 foxes in this area. Gonna have a wall, maybe similar to this, maybe just a fence. Not really sure yet, but that's kind of the plans. I think this will be a little bit of a shorter episode, but I had a lot of fun doing it. Building is hard for me to talk while I do it, just because I concentrate so hard on it. But I think that's a good place to go off for now. I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you're enjoying. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.